You know what time it is. It's time for lunch with the Clydesdale. It's Monday. It's games week. Let's get it on. What's going on, everybody? We're going to do the dart throw. It's games week. I got to hit a bullseye finally, right? Not that time. Damn it. Not even close, actually. Awful. Didn't even stick anywhere. Just fell to the floor. All right. We got a lot of people in the chat already. What's going on? Jose, Ed, Vicky, Shay. We've got Jeremy. We've got Lido, Holly, George. Man, crazy, crazy, crazy. All right. Ed, he is jazzed. Here's what I'm not jazzed about. I ordered my Get Jazz stickers, paid for expedited shipping, and right now it's saying they're not going to be here till after I leave for the games. How is that possible? Man, I paid like a lot of money for expedited shipping to get those for the games. Hopefully FedEx is wrong and they'll be here tomorrow. But yeah, I'm hoping to have them with me at the games. If not, I'll mail some out, or I'll have them at the Masters games, or whatever. So, Jake, I don't know what. Have you had a vajazzle? I don't even know what that is. Can they change the delivery address, and can you have them shipped to you in New York? I guess I could. I could see it has a manage my shipment. Usually FedEx is wrong, and I do get things quicker than they say. But I don't know. We'll see. So, what do we got going on today? Spin takes a vacation. I hear Scott ramps up his shows. I think it's been a gradual ramp up for a couple months. Spin, just doing the show alone gives me like a freedom that I never had before. That I don't have to worry about anybody else being upset about what I say. I can just say what I think off the top of my head. I don't know. It's been fun. So one thing I do want to announce before we get going is if you were with us last night, Allison Scudds was in the chat. That started a conversation. I've been texting with her for the last hour. She is going to be filling in for Carolyn over the weekend for us. So when we are doing the wrap-up shows, the preview show, and she's going to do some collaborations with us throughout the day at the games, but Allison Scudds will be part of our team in Albany. Her fiance, Raf Duran, is competing on a team. So she's going to jump in for Carolyn so Carolyn can focus on competing as opposed to doing the show. And we're super excited about that. She has tested most of these workouts, so she has some insight as we go through them to be able to talk about them because she has done them. And we're really, really excited to have her knowledge and expertise with us for the weekend. So wanted to announce that little late edition. Yeah, it is. Been friends with Allison for a long time. People probably don't even know this, but she grew up here in Columbus. She was a really good all-star cheerleading athlete here in Columbus before she went to the University of Miami, where then, if you don't know, she hooked up with Noah and Guido Trinidad and all those folks down there. But yeah, she's from here in Columbus. And I've known Allison a long time, so super excited to have her on for the week, and that's going to be great. Dave's Week in Review just happened. I know some of you in the chat have already said you've seen it. He made some announcements. One of those is that someone wrote in and asked if Lauren, in fact, had enhanced media credentials. He confirmed on the show that she does not. I want to make this clear. I'm just happy I have them. This wasn't ever about hers being ripped away, and that it was more about that I just wanted the CrossFit space to notice the people that were working hard, and some people get this type of access and kind of abuse it. And I just wanted that to start being noticed. So, my life is not affected whether she had it or not, but it is affected if I have it or not. And I'm really excited that I have it and I get to bring you enhanced coverage over the next week. So that's what I'm excited about, focusing on me and not anybody else. But I'm going there. I'm going to have fun, going to do some fun things, and I hope you guys enjoy it. He also was there live on the floor. You could see them setting up the rigs. What's being set up currently is 2 rigs and a Zeus rig. And so that's what that was super cool to see that. He also said he's going to be doing nightly updates from the games. So he'll be going on giving nightly updates throughout the CrossFit Games, which I think is really cool for him to do. And then floor suites. He was actually standing in what they're building as floor suites. So right on the floor by the action, they are putting these, it looks like about 12-seat floor suites in there. And you are right there in, oh my gosh, like right on top of the action. If you have one of those floor suites, man, that you are going to have an awesome time. Awesome time. And so if you have those, it's as good as the media pit, like maybe even better. We got a new member, Plant Powered Fitness. Thank you so much for becoming a member. That really does help us out, helps us support the show, support paying for all the software we use to run this thing. We've got Herd in the building. Ed AI, honestly, Scott, I'm kind of over the drama. Just want to focus on the athletes that are going to throw down at the games. I mean, let's be honest. Drama brings eyes to the table. It brings butts to the seats. But at the end of the day, this weekend, we're going to have a great competition, and it's going to be fun to watch that. Dinner with the Clydesdale for me. Okay. Oh yeah, because you're not in the United States. Now I remember. Yes, I'm very excited for your content this week. Yeah, I got a 9-hour drive ahead of me. So going to do a lot of thinking there. Think about what we're going to do. I have some vignettes planned that we're going to release again to members first for 24 hours, and then we're going to move those over to the public view 24 hours after their release. So that's going to happen this week. I did also want to talk about the Friday IG Live that I put out. Got a lot of traction, got a lot of comments, probably the most I've ever had on a post I've ever made. And I want to be done with WFP for this week because this is Games Week. This is going to be my last statement on the WFP. I was being critical of their lack of performance in promoting their events. They have not done anything to promote their events. I showed the numbers that show how much content they put out compared to what CrossFit has put out. And then people are defending WFP in those comments by saying, yeah, but look at this shiny object over here, even though this shiny object has nothing to do with the content you've produced. In that statement, I was not being critical of any other aspect of WFP other than them promoting their events and a promise that they made that they were going to use new and creative ways to promote their athletes. And that has been a promise that has been broken. That is what I was pointing out. That is what I was illustrating. And if I'm an athlete and those promises like that are being broken now, what is to come? Some people have decided to put all their eggs in the WFP basket. And now you're finding out that these promises were made and they're broken. How confident are you moving forward that that is going to remain a trend? Or are they going to all of a sudden turn it around and do things the right way? I don't know. I haven't been critical of everything the WFP has done. There are things that they've done that I've liked. But I'm just pointing out in this particular case, they have really, really dropped the ball and they've broken promises to the athletes and the fans. Barbell Spin says, people, just one person. For the most part, it was one person. There were a couple of other people defending WFP as well, but not as vigorously, for sure. And a comment back to that person was that if they spend as much time producing content as they did defending the WFP in the chats and on Instagram, we wouldn't even be having this discussion. Ed AI says, say his name, Spin. And Spin said his name. And I have to agree with that. If you spend as much time creating the comment or the content as you did to make comments, we wouldn't even have to have this conversation about the lack of content that's out there. And again, trying to divert the conversation to other aspects that we're not even discussing. The problem is I fell for the bait and I got into the argument. I don't know. It felt good on Friday. We'll see. Majorca, is it Majorca? Looks nice though. It does. Yeah, it felt good on Friday when I was in there. Felt okay I still felt good on Saturday too, I guess. Coach Sir Moose. Scott, do you think Saxon left out of frustration at the lack of foresight and a concrete plan on WFP's part, mainly Will's, or because he didn't anticipate the flack he got for jumping to WFP? I think he had to anticipate the flack for sure. But one of my goals this week is to talk to Saxon. Whether he will talk to me on air or not, I don't know. But we have been friends for a long time. And when I say friends, not just from an interview standpoint, he lives here in Ohio. He used to come to my gym all the time. We are truly friends. I'm hoping that he will at least talk to me and I can at least ask him some questions. Whether I get it on film or not, I don't know. Because the fact that Dave confirmed that he talked to Saxon is going to be at the games, and that quick turnaround makes me think that there was something that happened that forced him out and forced him back to the CrossFit space. 8-hour drive. You have podcasts lined up to listen to the drive. I do for sure. Maybe he jumped off the boat before it sinks. Maybe. Again, I don't know why he left, but he did have sight as to what was going on behind the scenes, and he chose to leave. At least we think he chose to leave. All right. So this is why I posed the one question. Should there be a tribute to Lazar at this year's CrossFit Games? We have Prescott here saying, yes, there should definitely be a Lazar tribute and a workout named after him. Then we have Jody saying, Prescott, I don't agree, seems cringe. And that's exactly why I brought up this question, because I want to say it ahead of time. There is no possible way CrossFit can do anything or not anything this week and is going to be a win-win for everybody. CrossFit is in a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation. If they do a tribute, the people that are mad at CrossFit that Lazar died last year at their event are going to say, keep his name out of your mouth. You shouldn't have done anything. We're moving on without you. You don't have the right to do anything to remember him. If they don't do anything, people are going to be like, we loved Lazar. He should be remembered. He was a great athlete. We wanted to see everything. We want to see him memorialized for eternity because of the great athlete he was. There is no way CrossFit wins in this situation. So going into the week, I cannot imagine the conversations people are having about this subject itself. I don't think they're going to win either way. Either way, there's going to be a large group of people pissed off about what they do. See, Larry, no, just leave it alone for now. 100%. They're doomed if they do or if they don't. Correct. Just going to be criticized no matter what they do. I agree with Jody and Scott. Yeah. Damned if you do something and damned if you don't. Maybe a plaque or something. Yeah, I think if you do something, it's never going to be good enough. And the people that are really mad don't want anything done. I don't envy them at all in this situation. Maybe legally they're not allowed to mention him anymore. I can't imagine that's part of the settlement. No, it becomes unnecessary baggage. TTT just posted a Lazar workout and put it out there. If they do something, they have to do it every year, like Torian does. And then I think that becomes weird too. Do it like other major sports with a badge sticker on the jersey, or give athletes an option to. Could be the team requested HQ rescinds the rights of his portrayal. Could be. I just kind of wanted to talk about it in front of whatever happens this week. I don't know what their plans are. but I just know that whatever the plan is it's not going to go over well. Half the community is going to hate it. Half the community is going to love it. And again, it's the whole damned if you do, damned if you don't. And so there. Kenneth says, get anything out of Dave's interview with Sevon on Saturday? You didn't mention it on last night's show. Last night's show was packed. We were 10 minutes over with what we had. I enjoyed Dave's interview. I thought it was really good. I got a lot out of it with the Saxon piece for sure. But again, the coverage of everything is ramping up at this point, and it's really getting hard to keep up with everything and to keep the agendas on these shows in a way that I can maintain it. Amanda says, make his workout an official hero wad, then it's there forever. See, that alone would probably create controversy because hero workouts are reserved generally for first responders and military heroes. So people are going to be, shouldn't be named a hero workout, maybe just a named workout. Ryan says, with your newfound popularity, do you see any expansion to your shows? Not at the current time. Right now, we have a busy month planned. We got the games this week. I'm doing a behind the scenes of the Masters CrossFit Games. And then after that, every year we look at what we have going on. I have a much smaller team now than I used to have. But I always look at the end of the year and look at like, what can we do differently? What can we do to differentiate ourselves? And right now I just want to get better at what we're doing. I just started these solo shows a few months ago, and I really did it to get better at just talking to a camera instead of talking to other people. And so I like that. I like that I'm just getting better right now. And then the Sunday night show has been gathering steam for some time. And I think I have the right group together that have expertise in different areas and that are willing to share their ideas and their thoughts. Carolyn and Jamie are awesome. And I love that team. So right now, I think just hone in our skills with what we have, and then we'll look in the off season at which direction we're going. Do you plan on to track down Don Fall and ask him anything? If I run into Don Fall, I'll ask him some questions for sure. Thank you, Chris. All right. So last night we did the top 10s. I want to just go over mine real quick. I'm trying to pull it up now. Here's my women's pick. So I'll blow this up. Had a lot of discussion last night. I have Tia winning, of course, and then Ariel Lowen, Abigail Domit, Lucy Campbell, Olivia Kerstetter, Alexis Raptis, Haley Adams, Fisa Goffi, Danielle Brandon, Annika Greer. Oh man. Thank you so much, Terry. Gas and safe travels. $20 super chat. Thank you. You're the best. Um, 8-11, 8 out of 11. I don't know what that means. Oh no. Um, Scott, what's your handle on the Heat One app? I'll be watching. It's really hard to get, Tyler. It is Clydesdale 1. And Annika top 10, nice. I truly hope so. We talked about this last night. Annika has home runs, and at the games, winning events is huge. Winning events is huge. Yeah, she's going to have some holes where she doesn't finish up there, but when you're clipping off 97, 100 points at a clip, it moves you up the leaderboard. Think Guy a couple years ago when he won 3 events, and that propelled him into the top 10, even though he had some big and major holes. I look at her in the same vein. She has some amazing skills that she's going to be at the top of, and some others that she'll fall down. Like, subscribe, and join. I'm not getting these fractions. August 11th, something is going to happen. Oh, maybe. Fee just ahead of DBE. Yeah, DBE I have in the top 10 because talent alone, she'll finish in the top 10. I don't think this is going to be a great year for her. Are these your official Heat 1 picks? They are. I actually just copied and pasted them. Well, not pasted them, but I just wrote them down directly from my Heat 1 app. So these are my Heat 1 app picks. Daniel Brandon, talent alone will get her there. Fee Sagaffi's having a great season. And I wanted to push Fee up a little bit more. And I wasn't sure about Haley Adams, but the way she talks is she isn't even like ready. I mean, in everything she did, Mayhem and the online semi, she wasn't even prepped, and she did okay. If she is now going to be prepped for the games, I see this being a pretty good top 10 finish for her. On the men's side, we have, let me get out of this. Men's side, what I find very interesting is that last night, Jamie, Carolyn, and I all had the exact same 10 men in the top 10, just in different orders. And then I watched Amanda Hari today. She had the exact same top 10 men, just in a different order. So the more I'm watching, the more it seems like there's pretty much a consensus around. And so my top 10 picks for the men are Jeff Adler, Dallin Pepper, James Sprague, Jason Hopper, Austin Hatfield, Jay Crouch, Ricky Garrard, Justin Medeiros, Roman Krennikov, Colton Mertens. And I am not confident in the order of any of these. I think anybody in the top 9 could win the CrossFit Games. And so that makes it so I'm really not confident in the order in which my top 10 looks. A boss man, Colton in 10th. That's blasphemous. I know. Again, I've talked about this a couple times. I love Colton to death. I've known him for a long time. I think he's going to be great. He's going to win some events for sure. But with his stature, he has to exert so much to compete, and he does. But that takes its toll over a 9 or 10 event weekend. And we cannot forget that is going to take its toll. I think he is getting better. His best finish ever was 19th. Getting into the top 10 would be a huge accomplishment for Colton and huge improvement. And I think he could finish anywhere from 10 to 3 or 2. I just don't think it's enough to win. But I think there's some real wild cards in here. Jay Crouch, we haven't seen enough yet, on U.S. soil to see how he competes. Any word on Colton's back? Is he better now? I haven't heard anything specifically. And I don't think he'd tell you at this point anyway. Ricky will always do better than Jay at the games because of his home run abilities. He'll always be up there despite his holes. Colton could be the same. My thing with Ricky is he seems to be jinxed at this moment. Nickel and dime injuries have taken him out the last couple years. And I just want to see him get through a whole games healthy. If he does, Ricky's on the podium. He just has not been able to get through a whole weekend healthy. CK Kevin says, Colton has new gold shoes. His back will be fine. Yeah, those shoes will fix him right up, I'm sure. Those are fancy. All I can think of when I see those gold shoes is Michael Johnson running at the Olympics, and he knew he was going to break the world record, so he put on gold shoes to do it. I haven't seen Amy Kringle in anyone's top 10. I'm surprised. Where do you think she'll place? I think she's probably an 8 to 12 range, maybe 8 to 13. I think she has stuff she's good at, but the stuff she's really good at, other people are really good at. And so I don't see her home run ability getting her the top points. And that's where her and Annika are a little bit different. If the volume at Proven hasn't broken Ricky, I think he'll be absolutely fine at the games. I hope so. If they made a 14, I'd get them gold kicks. Larry, you've been cracking me up, man. See you walking around the arena in your gold shoes. That'd be funny. Does Colton actually have gold shoes? He does. He just signed with a new shoe company, and he has gold and black versions of those shoes. He showed them off on Instagram. Let me see if I can find that real quick. Here we go. So those are the black lifters. There they are. Luge Anjou. There they are. Gold shoes. All right. Yeah, Kenneth, you need to get some new shoes. Aha has Amy in 4th. Okay. Larry Young, have I been too positive since they announced a true strength test? You have been so positive. I'm just not used to you not coming in here and not complaining about everything is too light. You got your 1 rep max back squat, and now you're just a happy man. Hard to contain. So what I'm going to leave with is last night we talked about the fact that Tyson Bagent may, in fact, be at the CrossFit Games. And I asked a fact or fiction whether or not I would act like a 12-year-old if I ran into Tyson Bagent at the CrossFit Games. So I am trying to find the spot, but here we go. I'm going to share this real quick, and then I want to clarify. So last night's show, I asked this question: ball, if I get to meet Tyson Bagent. Like, if people don't realize, I listen to 2 types of podcasts: CrossFit, Chicago Bears, all day long. That's all I listen to.
What if you interview him?
Oh, Lord. I don't know. I don't know.
Someone check on Scott.
Yeah. See, I need to make it there Saturday if that's what A's coming, just to see this.
All right. So I'm a massive Chicago Bears fan. Yes, I will probably lose my mind if I get a chance to talk to Tyson Bagent. But I'll try to keep it composed on the outside. Inside, I'll be a mess. But on the outside, I'm going to try to keep it nice and mellow. I don't want to blow my cool. Don't want to blow my opportunity. I don't want to scream and flip out. But I love the Chicago Bears. And that means I love everybody that plays for them. Scott, fanboy, teeny bopper. Yep, that's me. But I got to keep that on the inside. Keeping that on the inside. I got to keep it composed on the outside so I can just shake his hand. I have so many questions. But, and I love when he goes on Savon because I can actually hear about insight about my team that's unfiltered. And that makes me very, very happy. So and I can't believe that my partner, Jamie Latimer, beat Bagent and won the Beat Bagent women's title, if you didn't know that. So, Jose says, we got to make this happen. Yeah, I so want to meet him. Everyone in the chat, like this live stream so we can keep Scott in our algorithm. Bear down. 7R Hiller, have to arrange this. Ask him about Beat Bagent 2 when it comes out. There is rumor they're going to do it at the games. It may not be in the facility, but it may be happening at the games. Holly says we have to have a fainting couch nearby. The Bagents are good people. Yeah, his dad's going to be there arm wrestling too, which is pretty cool. Ben Johnson's going to do great things. I hope so. Bruce Wayne did beat Bagent and got 73 reps. Nice job. Yeah, Jamie ended up with 91 as the top finishing female. Who's arm wrestling Travis? I think it's open to the public, right? You can go take them on, and they're giving away prizes. Don't forget to hand Scott a protein bar and stand there and watch him eat it. Yeah. Hopefully being embedded with Hattie, I'm going to film her when she's eating and doing her meals. That will trigger me to actually eat this time. Yeah, Jamie's a or badass, probably badass. I'll translate for Bruce. Jamie is a badass. She's trying to get there for this weekend. Man, I hope she gets there. It's so much fun when she's around. Truly appreciate her and all she's done for this channel over the last couple years. She's traveled with me. She's been my partner in crime. She has done as much as anybody to help us do what we do here. So with that, guys, I got to get back to work. It's Monday. I'm heading out for Albany. I don't know why they changed that on me. I have family that live in upstate New York, and it's always been Albany. Why the hell is it now Albany? It makes no sense to me. I heard some accountant and a Gridley guy are arm wrestling at the games. Okay. It's still Albany. Thank you, Kevin. So I'm heading to Albany out tomorrow night. I'm going to go about halfway, and then I'm going to finish my trip on Wednesday morning, pick up my credentials, hook up with Hattie, and then start filming right away. I got to hook up with Allison. She's going to do some stuff during the days while I'm kind of embedded, and to get us some content to put out for everybody. I also have a couple vignettes planned in my head, and some I've actually talked to the people already. So we've got that. All this, we're going to try to release the vignettes on the fly throughout the weekend. The Hattie embedded will take a little bit of time to edit and get out. But that's going to be awesome. With that, guys, like and subscribe to the channel. You guys have been awesome. We have blown it up over this week. We've topped 360 new subscribers over this week. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. And then we have a membership. It's as low as $2.99 a month to help us just support the software to run this show each and every month. It's the only money we get. We have no sponsors currently. And so, yeah, that's how we run this channel. And we appreciate each and every one of you support who joined that channel. And for that, you will get all of our vignettes 24 hours ahead of time. And then everybody else will get that later. If the drive gets boring, go live. We will talk to you. That's awesome. CK Kevin, new member. Thank you, Kevin. That's awesome. You're the best. Yeah. So this show alone, we got Plant Powered Fitness joined, CK Kevin joined. We really appreciate you guys. And Terry gave me some gas money. So I really appreciate that. Thank you for the $20 super chat. All right, guys. I got to get back to work. You knuckleheads, you get back to work as well. We'll see everybody next time on Lunch with the Clydesdale.